Look, I need to know where Chris is now. All right, I'm on my way.
What's wrong?
It's Chris.
Is he hurt?
Nope. He just got caught breaking into a car.
What? Oh, there's got to be a mistake. Chris wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to tell the cop who's busted him in the alley right now.
Well, I'm coming with you then, because I might know the cop who's busting him.
Thanks. It's kind of nice to have a cop in the family.
Kid, I'm telling you, spread your legs and lean against the car.
Officer, I wasn't doing anything.
Kid, move!
Officer, I swear, this isn't what it looks like. This car belongs to a friend of mine. He borrowed some of my CDs, and I just needed to get them out of the glove compartment, so Chris was helping me out.
With a coat hanger? Why'd you have to break in? Why didn't you get your friend to give you the keys?
But
I said hands on the car, and you're staying right here.
I get to make a phone call, don't I?
Sure, call the mayor's office.
Hello, Estelle? Hi, this is Lorna. May I speak with my father, please?
Tell the mayor her, big campaign to clean up Angel Square, it ain't working. There's more garbage on the street now than there was before.
Cord! Oh, my goodness, it's nice to see you. Come in.
Is this a bad time?
No? No, come in, come in. Actually, Lois made some fresh lemonade. You want some lemonade?
Yeah, that'd be great, thanks. I just dropped Kim and the kids off at the train station. I know we're back to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky, are you all right? I mean, I've got a few things I'd like to discuss with you, but it can wait.
No, I'm fine, fine. And I'm very glad for your company.
Thank you.
It's Jessica. I'm worried about her. She and Christian broke up, and she's just devastated.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, so do I. The first real heartbreak.
Don't tell me she just wants to be alone, right?
Yeah, that and some very depressing rock music. That seems to help. Other than that, nothing.
Oh, boy, poor kid. I wish there was something I could do to cheer her up. But in the meantime, I think I may have some information that may cheer you up. I think Buchanan Enterprises has found the perfect piece of land for our new book publishing venture.
Oh, well, isn't that terrific? And I hope you still want me to head up that department?
Of course, I wouldn't consider anybody else.
Thank you.
But you're not going to believe who I'm buying that land from. Our favorite would-be novelist, Dorian Lord.
Dorian wants to do business with us?
Yes, ma'am.
No. No, there's got to be a very sharp hook hidden in there somewhere. I wonder what it is.
Excuse me. Have you seen Joy Buchanan? I thought he had a lesson today, but he's not on the court.
No, I'm sorry, Miss Kramer. I haven't seen Mr. Buchanan all day.
All right, if you do, you don't even say anything. Thank you. Thanks. Kelly! Hi. Hi. Is there something wrong? No. Everything's fine. Why? Maybe I just misheard you. I thought maybe you lost your love.
Gossamer? Hello? Well, what on earth are you doing? Climbing under a log. Hey. You out here all alone? Is she Olivia? 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 Oh. Hello, anybody home? Olivia?
What do you think you're doing?
I was just looking for Joey. Actually, I thought today was his tennis day.
Oh, I see. Well, I have been here, oh my goodness, for quite some time. Oh, I had the loveliest lunch with Cassie, and no, Joe did not put in an appearance. But since you're here and you're all alone, why don't you come and have some tea with me? It's been so long since we've talked.
Actually, I really shouldn't.
Excuse me, but if Joe is looking for you, wouldn't it be better if you stayed in one place so he could find you? Besides, come on. I've got something to tell you that I know you're going to be very happy about. Sit, sit, sit. It's about the feud between the fabulous Kramer women and the Buchanans.
Oh, Dorian, come on. If you have made things worse, it's just...
No, on the contrary. Darling, I know that you've been very upset. Being a Kramer, in love with the enemy.
Now, see, why do you even have to talk about them that way?
Well, I don't. I mean, not anymore. Because I am in a business deal with the Buchanans. Yes, with Cord.
What?
Oh, I know. It's rather surprising, isn't it? But I just want to do anything to put an end to this war between our bickering families. You know, and especially because it'll make it easier for you and for Joe. So, Cord came to me. Apparently, I own a piece of land that he needed for, Buchanan Enterprises. And he made me such a generous offer. I was going to make this wonderful profit. So, I agreed. And peace reigns throughout the land, and you and Joe can have an absolutely wonderful summer together. By the way, I heard that you did talk him into auditioning for A Midsummer Night's Dream. I bet you get cast. Yes, as the Moonstruck Lovers. Well, that'll be authentic, won't it?
Dorian, I do not want to talk with you about Joey and me and having a relationship, okay?
Fine. But I'm over that. I don't see why you shouldn't be. I mean, what Joe and I had simply could not last. And it didn't. So why don't we order?
Waiter!
Please.
I haven't had anything to eat all day.
Really? Why don't we be reckless and have high tea?
No, actually, I'm just going to have a mixed green salad.
Something more substantial.
No.
Just iced tea for me.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
About what?
Whatever's happened that made you forget about eating all day?
I guess I could use some advice.
About Joe.
No. About men in general.
Ah.
Olivia, hi.
Could you answer my question, please? What are you doing here?
Well, I looked for the coming, I can't even lie. I was hoping I'd bump into you.
So you could talk to me or spy on me?
No, I didn't even know this house was here. I came, I saw the cat and then the path. I turned and what is this place? It's like it popped out of nowhere.
So you think you've stumbled upon an enchanted cottage?
I don't know, have I?
The only thing that has appeared out of nowhere around here is you. Do you have any other tricks? Maybe you could make yourself disappear.
Sorry. I've upset you by being here. So this is where you live?
Yes. And you want to know how enchanted it is? The kitchen sink backs up all the time, and there's a big leak in the ceiling. But I put up with it because I like my privacy and my solitude. So if you don't mind, could you give those back to me?
You're gonna cuff me? Man, this is crazy, you know that?
All he was trying to do was open JoJo's car. JoJo's a friend of mine. We just wanted to get the CDs out of the glove compartment.
Lorna, you already told him that, but he's not listening to you, is he?
Pal, I already got you for attempted grand theft auto. You want to go for resisting arrest?
Excuse me, Officer Brooks.
Who are you?
I'm this young lady's father, Philip Van Skyver.
Van Skyver? Why does that name ring a bell?
Well, I'm president of Landview Savings and Loan. I'm also head of the local Citizens Committee for Law and Order.
Oh, right, the ones who donated us the new squad car.
The very same.
Well, Mr. Van Sciver, I'm very sorry about this. But,
You mean about my daughter's lack of judgment? So am I, officer, but I guess it's a phase they have to go through where they're attracted to these criminal types.
Dad, Chris is not a criminal. He's a friend. He was just trying to help me out.
What, by breaking into a car? I guess she wants to stand by her man.
like I said, sir, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I caught them both in the act.
You saw my daughter taking direct action? She was using that coat hanger? She was forcing the law?
Well, no. But she was watching. She's at least a material witness.
And she'll answer any questions you have whenever it comes to prosecuting this young man. I certainly hope you're not going to arrest her for just being foolish.
She can go. A detective will be in touch.
Thank you, Officer Brooks.
Okay, buddy. You are under arrest.
What's the charge? Why the hell are you locking up my brother?
Sir, you want to step back?
I've got a right to know what you're going to do to my brother.
I'm not going to ask you again.
Hey, John, Detective Andy Harrison, remember me?
Yeah, I know who you are. What gives? I didn't call for backup.
Yeah, well, look, we were in the neighborhood, and I know this kid, Chris Vega. He works for his mom over the diner in Angel Square. You know, he does well in school. Come on, I mean, he's one of the good guys, Don.
So how come I caught one of the good guys busting into a car that didn't belong to him?
Is he telling the truth?
Antonio? I was trying to explain that to him, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Well, why don't you save it for the judge?
Let me set you straight about something, officer. If my little brother said he wasn't doing anything wrong, then he wasn't. And I'm not going to stand here and watch you railroad him because he's a Puerto Rican kid who happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You think I care he's Puerto Rican? He could be from Mars. The thing is, I saw him commit a felony, so he's under arrest. End of discussion. Now, you want to keep mouthing off to me, I'll be happy to lock you up, too.
All right, come on, Antonio. You're not helping things out here, all right? Just go to the diner. I'm sure Carlotta needs your help, all right? I'll go to the station with Chris, and maybe Brooks and I can work something out, okay?
Look, detective, just because this guy's your boyfriend doesn't mean I have to give his kid brother a break. So forget it.
I don't want favors. I want justice. You ever heard of it?
All right, come on. I mean it. Come on, Antonio, you gotta get out of here now, because if you stay, you're not gonna do Chris any good, all right? Look, I'll go. I'll see what I can do, and I'll let you know as soon as I hear any word, okay?
Vicky, I know exactly what you're thinking. Come on, I was suspicious myself at first. But I talked about it with the legal department, and they tell me that this deal that I cut with Dorian for this undeveloped land, that not only is it legit, but I got it at a bargain.
A bargain?
Yeah?
Now I know there's a problem. Dorian didn't even try to haggle?
No. Dorian definitely tried to haggle. In fact, she drove the price up considerably. But we talked about a number, and we reached an agreement. Look, I don't know what her problem is. Maybe she's short on cash right now. Whatever it is, I know that I was willing to pay more, and when she left my office, she was happy as a clam.
Probably because she just sold you Landview's version of the Love Canal.
I don't know about that. Look, I'm telling you, this land is gorgeous. Do you know that this piece of property includes the Jory Woods? I understand. This is Dorian we're talking about. So it's quite possible that this beautiful piece of land is sitting on top of one of the country's biggest toxic waste dumps. I'm checking into everything. Believe me, I'm not taking any chances.
Cord, there has to be a problem here. There has to.
Dorian did tell me about one hitch, but she was very upfront about it. Apparently there's a cottage on this property, and Dorian has had this tenant there with this long-term lease who Dorian has not been able to get rid of. In fact, I'm supposed to go over to the country club right now and meet with this guy. I'm hoping that I can buy him out.
And if you can't? Do me a favor. Would you wait for me just for a few minutes? I have to go talk to Lois. I'm having dinner guests, and then I want to check on Jesse. But I really want to come with you, okay?
That'd be
Maybe
fine.
I can even help persuade this mysterious gentleman. I'll be right back. What is she up to?
Thank you. So, problems with the mail of the species. Whoa, that's a gigantic topic. Where to begin?
May I? Yes. I don't have a problem with men. I really don't. It's more like I'm curious. For instance, I live with 3 of them. These male-type creatures, which all of whom seem to have the attention span of a 2-year-old on a sugar high. Is that typical?
Well, it depends. Can you be more specific?
All right. Example, 1 minute, a guy is like, you are my world, you are my everything. And then the next, they have to find out if the Yankees beat the Angels. You know, or suddenly he has to go out for a run in the middle of the night.
Oh, I've experienced worse than that. However, I've also experienced when a man is just so single-minded in his devotion, it becomes absolutely tedious.
All right, but in a normal relationship.
I don't think I've quite experienced one.
Who is more committed to making a man or a woman?
Okay, I get you. I think that usually both of them start out committed at first, but then I don't know what it is, but something always happens, and one person stays committed, and the other person just drifts away. Oh, that's not the answer you wanted to hear. Come on, Kelly. I hate to ask this. Are you having problems with Joe?
I apologize for intruding on your privacy. God, you must think I'm stalking you or something, but honestly, I happened upon this place quite by accident. I am not hunting you down at all, any way, shape, or form.
Please, don't apologize. Joey, I shouldn't have snapped at you. It's just that I'm in a really big hurry, and Joey, Joe, Joseph, what do you prefer?
Joey. Joey's fine.
Okay, it's Joey. Well, how do I explain? This is not just an idle request. You really cannot come here. Not anymore.
Why not? Is it something I did or said? If it is, I apologize. Honestly, yesterday, I really enjoyed our talk, and I kind of thought you did too.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid I did. I mean, the little mystery game here, playing with each other, but I led you on, and I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't right, so it has to stop, okay?
I don't understand. No, this mystery game, didn't you start it? And if you, I mean, we met each other quite by accident, but if you wanted to avoid me, you could have, but you didn't. So now, you want to avoid me now? Olivia, are you in some kind of trouble? Because if you are, maybe I could help. Honestly, all you have to do is just tell me what's going on. I could...
Look, I know that you mean well, but if you really want to help me, go, please.
I'm not going anywhere until you answer my question. Tell me, are you in trouble?
Wait a minute. Weren't you the guy who was telling me that my life was some kind of once upon a time? Okay. Yes, I am in terrible danger from the Wicked Witch of the West, who should be touching down on her broomstick any minute now. So, unless you like the idea of being turned into a great big toad,
And what's this lady going to turn you into? Somebody who tells the truth? Heaven forbid. Or, is it that you're afraid to tell the truth?
No.
No, so why don't you just tell me who you are?
Tonya? What is it? What's wrong? I know you and Andy have been having some troubles lately. I've been really worried about the two of you, but...
Mommy, Andy and me, we're okay. It's Chris. Look, he's not hurt or anything, but he's down at the police station. A cop found the break into a car and he's been arrested.
What?
Andy tipped us off. Andy and I rushed down there as soon as we could, but we were too late.
I don't believe this. He was breaking into someone's car.
He swears it was a mistake. Something about doing a favor for some girl named Lorna.
Lorna! that one is trouble. Laura, I bet she's the one who got him into this.
Yeah, well, her father got her out of it.
And he's down at the police station now?
I mean, wait. Look, Annie's already down there doing everything she can to get the charges dropped. Because she doesn't want us down there.
I don't care what Andy wants. This is my boy. And if Lorna's father got her off, I'll get Christian off, too.
I mean, you're dreaming. All right, Lorna kept her hands clean. Chris is the one that did all the dirty work.
Brutal. How can he be so stupid? Stupid, but not bad. My boy's not a bad boy. He's an artist. He's not a criminal. My Christian's not a bad boy.
Listen to me. Everything's gonna be okay, right? Andy's gonna help him.
No. No, I'm going. I don't trust those people. Anything can happen. Christian needs me. I have to do something.
Mommy, if you go down there now, all upset the way you are, you're only gonna make things worse.
Oh, yeah? How? How can things be any worse than they are?
So, are you or are you not having problems with Joe?
Dorian, I thought you agreed to not talk about my relationship with Joey.
But how can I help it? You're the one who keeps talking about it, despite all these hypothetical questions about the male of the species, men in general.
No, like I said, I was curious about guys because they act weird sometimes.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, I'm not going to dispute that, darling. Though sometimes you can get so close to a man that it's like you can just reach in and touch his soul.
Yeah, and then the next minute, they don't even know who you are.
Yes.
Do you know what you're going through?
It's all the joy and all of the pain of first love. And there is nothing like it, thank goodness, because it's so intense that it's like a fire that consumes all the oxygen in a room.
It is sometimes. When we're together, I can't even breathe. I don't want to breathe.
It's that intoxicating.
And that exhausting.
Yes, that too. But someday you'll treasure even that when you look back on your first love.
Dorian. What Joey and I have is not first love. It's not puppy love or a crush. You act like Joey and I are children. What we have is real. It is what I have dreamed of my whole life. And it will last forever.
I warned you, didn't I, Joey?
About a wicked witch turning me into a frog?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe it's the light, but you're starting to look a little green.
Olivia, I honestly think that you're in trouble, and I honestly want to help. Why do you keep making fun of me?
Because you're just gonna break the spell. You want to know everything about me, but if I tell you, then I'm the one that's gonna turn into a frog. Or something worse, just an ordinary, normal human being. That's not what you want, is it? For the mystery to flicker out forever?
No, I don't think there's much chance of that ever happening. I mean, I met a few normal human beings in my life, and I can pretty much say that you're not one of them.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Because this has been fun, really, but this just can't happen. So I'm asking you, please, just walk away and don't come back.
Okay, you know what? I will. I'll walk away if that's what you want. Fine. On one condition.
I'm waiting. What price do I have to pay to get you to leave and not come back?
I want you to promise me one thing. Promise me that you won't disappear. I mean, even if I don't get to see you anymore, just let me know that you're still here. So I don't think this is all a dream. I'm just afraid I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to convince myself that none of this ever happened.
that be so bad? I mean, don't you have a real life to go back to?
Yeah, sure I do, but I'm a regular guy. I mean, I even have a girlfriend that I'm crazy about, but I swear to God, I can't get you out of my mind. I know that we met for a reason, and I don't know what that reason is, but I know I'm not going to find out what the reason is if you just up and disappear in a cloud of smoke.
All right. I promise. No vanishing act. And certainly not in a puff of smoke. I'm trying to quit.
Can you please be serious?
I am. Look. You asked me who I was. And now you know. I'm a very private person. And if you respect that, then you have to go. For good.
Is there some place, I mean, not here where I'd be intruding on you, but some other place where I could see you again?
Maybe. I don't know, maybe whatever brought us together in the first place will bring us back together if it's meant to be. I don't know, but for now...
I'll go.
Come here, girl. Come here. That's a good girl. That was a little harder than I thought it would be. Shame, huh? Seems like a pretty wonderful guy. You liked him too, didn't you? Yes, I can tell. Oh, come on, we gotta hurry.
Oh, Kelly, come on, please. Please don't continue to treat me like a child. Au contraire, ma gentille. I am treating you like the young lady that you are. Yes, and that is why I felt free to discuss the reality of first love and how it can never last. But why would you want it to? Well, can we sit down, please? I mean, did you not once think, I hate to bring up this subject, that David Vickers was your first true love? Okay, fine. And did you not used to dream about all hundreds and hundreds of handsome, wealthy men who would just be falling all over themselves just for a smile from the sophisticated, worldly Kelly Craig?
That when, Dorian, that was when I was a child. That was my idea of romance. I met Joey. Everything changed. Because he loved me the way I am, not a princess in a fairy tale. Do you know what that feels like? To be not just loved, but accepted for who you are.
Yes, of course I do. And I'm really glad that Joe has given you that gift. But that doesn't mean that other men won't see in you what Joe sees, and that other men won't have more to offer you in the way of maturity. I mean, it's not Joe's fault, but he happens to be very young, and he may not be ready to settle down. And oddly enough, I think that that's exactly what you want.
But that's not odd. Don't you see that that's not odd for me? I have never had all the things that most people think is incredibly boring. Just a man around, some kind of stability, a home. That is what I want with Joey. That's what I want. Except it is not going to be a dream because I am going to make that real because I am never, ever letting that go.
He broke into someone else's car. I don't understand. It can't be true.
Mommy, he said it was some kind of screw-up, but he got caught red-handed. I don't know.
It's been so hard for him ever since he broke up with Jessica.
When did that happen?
The night of the prom, I think. You didn't know, huh? He's been so distant from everyone. He won't let anyone close to him. He's angry all the time. But I never thought it would come to this, that he would commit a crime.
Mom, I really don't want to hear this right now.
Christian?
Mom, I didn't do anything wrong, and yet they still got arrested.
They're gonna file charges?
They're way ahead of you, bro.
Does this mean you have a record now?
That's right. Just like my big brother here, Mom. You know, maybe someday you'll see my picture up on some post office wall.
You think this is funny, Christian?
No, Mom, I don't think this is funny.
I hope not.
But I now finally understand what it is that Antonio's been talking about all this time. Mom, in this country, if you want justice, you gotta have money. You gotta be rich. If not, you can just forget about it. People like you, like me, like Antonio, or we can just forget about that. Mom, do me a favor, please. Forget about all of your dreams. Because that is just the way the system here works.
Kelly, I just want you to understand one thing, and that is that love can make you stronger. But there is another kind of strength that you need. The kind of strength that comes from within you, that you find on your own. Without that strength, then love is just something that you lean on, like a crutch. And that's not what you want. It makes you needy. It makes you icky. And you don't want that kind of thing, do you? No. You want to face the man that you love as an equal. That way you know that you love him for himself and not because he can save you. Let's take it from me, darling. Nobody can save you but yourself.
Kelly, how nice to see you.
Hi, Mrs. Carpenter. Nice to see you, too.
Thank you. Thank you, Dorian. Vicky, you must be doing extremely well. Cord tells me you agreed to sell Buchanan Enterprises the land they needed for their expansion.
Yes. Yes, I did. I did. Good to see you, Cord. Yes, this way you're going to be getting the land that you need for your new publishing venture, and I'm going to make a really handsome profit on my initial investment.
I was surprised that you were so eager to cooperate, because I assumed you'd still be furious with us for killing your book.
I wasn't happy. I thought you were vindictive. But then I thought, why should I be vindictive in return? And the offer that Cord made me was so generous, I thought, oh, wonderful. Why can't we all be winners?
Now, that is a truly generous attitude. And I don't believe for 1 second that it's real.
I'm not saying the policeman wasn't prejudiced. Maybe he was. But you just went along with Lorna to commit a crime?
We did not commit a crime. All right, Mom, look. Me and Lorna were just trying to get back some CDs that were locked up in Jojo's car, okay? And then this cop comes out of nowhere. And before I get to tell him what's going on, pulls a gun on me, slams me against the car. And then Lorna's father showed up. He's rich, so the cop got scared. I mean, never mind what me and Lorna were saying, okay? And then right then and there, Mom, all of a sudden, I was tried and convicted right on the spot.
Convicted? Convicted of what? I'm trying to understand. Forget it. Did you break into the car? Yes or no?
Yes. Antonio, you were the one who said they could have cleared your name by now if you were rich or white. Well, guess what, bro? You were right.
Okay, come on, Chris. Look, I know how upset you are, but you're going to get your day in court. You can tell your story then.
What for? Huh? Antonio got his day in court. What came out of that? Nothing.
Chris, you gotta stop this right now, all right? Don't give up, because you're smart and talented, and you got a shot at a real future.
I got exactly what you got, Antonio. I got nothing.
I'll talk to Bo. I'll see if I can get the charges brought down to at least a misdemeanor.
Look, I gotta get him out of here. Out of Angel Square while he's still got a chance, while he still believes in something. Maybe get him into an art program at Lamb Union this summer. But if he stays here, and the cops keep hassling him, and his friends keep getting these dead-end jobs, you think his dreams are gonna survive? Or is he just gonna lose it all, including his belief in himself? Well, I can't let that happen.
Dad, I wish I knew what I could do, how to help.
I'll figure it out. I've got to. No matter what I've got to do to get my brother out of here, I've got to do it.
Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. Et lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie.
What am I even doing out here? This stinks.
Vicky, when you were in therapy trying to integrate all of your many personalities, why didn't you tell the small-minded, suspicious one to go take a hike?
Actually, I think it's a sign of my mental health that I don't believe a word you say.
I'm sure you didn't mean to interrupt, so excuse us. Kelly, I don't know what Joe told you he was doing today, but he's obviously not at the country club. So why don't you come home with me and we'll continue our discussion there. Thank you.
Look, I have my own car. But I want to tell you, I still believe in such a thing called first and true love. The kind that lasts. And I have found that with Joey.
Why do you make it sound as if that isn't what I want for you? I just don't want you to get hurt, all right? But fine. If it's a risk you have to take in order to be happy, come on. Let's talk about this in my... But just one moment, please. Excuse me. Pardon me. Just one moment. I don't mean to interrupt, but I have to say this, Vicky, despite your abiding distrust of me, what I really want for my family and for your family is for this feud between us to be over. And that is why, Cord, I hope that everything works out perfectly for you. That you can work out something with my tenant and that the deal goes through, the sale without a hitch, and, you know, that everybody lives happily ever after.
Yeah, well, if this were a fairy tale, Dorian, I guess your tenant wouldn't be so late.
Oh, you have a meeting right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I think you should give them a few more minutes because, you know, at this hour, God knows what the traffic is like. Let me know how it turns out, will you? And Vicky, have a very nice evening. Come, Sally. At least let me walk.
Now you tell me, is that woman up to something?
I feel exactly the same way you do. Every time Dorian is that nice to me, I always check to make sure my wallet is exactly where I left it.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Oops, okay, I have got to make a phone call. And I'm going to have to go home. I'm sorry, Cord, I can't wait. I told you I have dinner guests. Marty and Dylan are coming.
Please give them my best. And don't worry about this. I can handle this. We'll be fine. And I will let you know what happened with this mystery tenant.
Yes, please do. I'm very, very curious.
All right.
You can call me as late as you want, okay?
Will do.
Thank you.
Good night. Oh, Philip, excuse me. Has anyone asked for me? I'm supposed to meet a client here that I've never actually met face-to-face. He said he was going to be here. I don't know whether I'm early or he's late.
No one's left a message, Mr. Roberts. But if I see anybody...
Right, just send him over here to my table. Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye.
Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to be Cord Roberts, would you? I'm Cameron. You were expecting me, weren't you?
I'm sorry, I don't think that I was.
Dorian's tenant, Cameron Wallace.